Hey everyone, welcome to Reddit Readout. Today we are checking out Rules Horror. Story 1. Rules for taking care of my pool. A place to share scary stories which contain a set of rules to follow. You did a great job taking care of my house last time, although the attic monster seemed hungry. I have found a new housekeeper to do that job, but you seem like you can take up taking care of a pool. Story 2. Rules for studying late. A place to share scary stories which contain a set of rules to follow. You forgot to study, great! Here's the rules to help you. Don't stare at it. It lurks in the corner of your eyes. It may try to stop your music. When this happens, look up. It is almost always there. If it is not, look down. Only listen to music you like, or lofi beats. Survive. Don't order Waffle House for food. Waffle House will make you its new host. If Waffle House is closed, there is no hope left. If your lights turn red, roll into a ball and count to 10. If it is still red after this, run. Stimulate your brain, it is good for you. Get it done on time. If you don't, it will catch you. Pass. Hopefully this helps. Story 3. The Goliath of the Fog. A place to share scary stories which contain a set of rules to follow. It's been a very, very harsh fight against the creatures from the fog. We've already lost so many people, and the names on the memorial wall are growing. However, they haven't died in vain, as the number of monsters has steadily been reducing. It seems that soon, we'll finally get our solace. Unfortunately, there is one type of creature that tore apart all of our efforts when it first appeared, and smashed through everything we knew before. It took us time to learn about what it was, but now that we've successfully documented it, the town stands a fighting chance. The creatures have been named Goliaths, and it's been a major reason behind the deaths of people who simply stayed in their houses. Listed below are the rules that we have made to deal with it, and how we can hopefully eliminate it for good, so that we may all one day rest. Please pay attention. 1. Goliaths seem to be extremely limited in number. We estimate about 3 to exist, though there may be more. The chances of you running into one are low, and they also tend to appear alone. Do not worry about other entities while facing one of these. 2. Goliaths take the appearance of massive golems of rotted flesh and bone that appear more as a hodgepodge of meat than anything else. They tower to about the size of a 2-story house, and have the strength to effortlessly make craters in the ground with each step. Thus, it's recommended to keep your distance, as you will be swatted away like a fly if you are anywhere near one. 3. Normal weapons do not work on these creatures. Bullets bounce off harmlessly, bladed weapons break, blunt weapons don't even make a dent, and anyone stupid enough to rush the thing with a vehicle will only end up crashing it and dying. Don't try fighting it with normal weaponry. 4. We have found one singular weakness of this creature, and it's fire. By burning Goliaths, they gradually lose shape and melt away. However, it takes time for them to burn, and during this time, the rampage they go on quickly puts out any fires while destroying anything nearby. If you need to escape, fire can be a slight distraction, but don't attempt to kill it. Leave that to the more experienced residents of the town. 5. I wouldn't recommend staying in your home and cooping up. Goliaths have been targeting any buildings and destroying them, so by staying inside, you put yourself at risk of being crushed to death if a Goliath attacks. Of course, if you're listening for the sound of giant footsteps, you'll have enough warning to escape, so your home can still be safe, but it's not foolproof. 6. Running from Goliaths is usually the only way to survive, but if you end up being forced into this option, do not run in a straight line. Even though the Goliath may look slow, its massive frame lets it clear huge ground in a single step. Your goal is to break line of sight and lose it from there, because it's fairly bad at tracking prey that has gone out of view. However, blindly running will get you killed. 7. If you hear voices from a Goliath calling out to you, do not listen to them. I have no idea what they say or what it feels like, but I know that some people hear voices when near one of these creatures that causes them to freeze up or try to embrace the monstrous thing. Having only seen it happen, I'm not sure if it's something you can resist, but being aware of this information should help you if it can be resisted. The Goliaths are truly terrifying creatures. Towering constructions of meat that walk over us as though we are mere ants. However, now that we are aware of the fact that fire is their weakness, we can take them down slowly, one by one. Once again, I hope you can stay safe during these trying times, and stay vigilant. Good luck! Story 4. Disney Labs revised rules for the rejected Song of the South characters. A place to share scary stories which contain a set of rules to follow. They know. They fucking know. Something happened when construction immediately started on the Splash Mountain Rhythme. It all started when one of the lab workers went to check on rejected Brer Rabbit. Rejected Brer Rabbit greeted him by saying, "How do you do?" But the lab worker never responded. Rejected Brer Rabbit then proceeded to hit him with a briar patch stem, and stabbed him with it in the neck, instantly killing him. More lab workers checked on rejected Brer Rabbit, Brer Bear, and Brer Fox to try and write down new rules for them. We lost too many while doing this, and sent their families apology letters with thousands of dollars attached. We gave you the new rules for you to look over. Be careful, and good luck. Rules for rejected Brer Rabbit. Rejected Brer Rabbit will greet you with "How do you do?" Immediately say back, "Fine, how are you?" If you do this, you'll be spared from getting stabbed in the neck with a briar patch stem. If rejected Brer Rabbit asks if you'd like to make $1 a minute, politely decline his offer. He's wanting you to go to rejected Brer Fox's cell and steal some of his food, and that enough isn't worth $1 a minute. Don't mention roasting, skinning, or hanging him. After the incident with rejected Brer Fox, he'll go into a rampage when any of those words are said or mentioned. Try your best to stay out of his path, or you'll be hanged, skinned, and roasted for his dinner. Rules for rejected Brer Bear. Never try to trick him into doing what you want him to do. He'll immediately catch on and will cave your skull in with his big club as punishment. Try and keep him happy and never let him get angry at you. If you somehow made him angry, I highly advise you to get out of his cell and immediately close the door and lock it. Failure to do so will lead to him biting into your neck, killing and eating you whole. Rules for rejected Brer Fox. Rejected Brer Fox has become the more dangerous one out of all the rejected Song of the South characters. He's the reason we lost so many lab workers. Make sure you bring a slab of meat with you. He has a ravenous appetite, so do your best to please him. Failure to bring the meat in with you will result in him hanging, skinning, and roasting you to please his appetite. If rejected Brer Fox starts smiling at you and snickering, then that means he's going to hang, skin, and eat you anyway. We can't do anything for you now, so pray for a quick death. There's no escaping from this. And those are the rules for the rejected Song of the South characters. They used to be so friendly to everyone until construction began on Splash Mountain. I remember it so vividly. I was on my break having tea with rejected Brer Bear and talking to him, when suddenly, I noticed something changed. He was just staring. I noticed something was wrong, but I didn't want to scare him, so I told him I was going to check up on something. He immediately caught on to what I was trying to do, and tried to hit me with his huge club he always carried with him, telling me that he's gonna knock my head clean off unless I tell the truth. Luckily, I got out as fast as I could, and closed the cell door. I noticed changes in the others as well. I'm sorry to tell you this, but they're gone. There isn't a way to bring them back. Story 5. Rules for the Nightmare. A place to share scary stories which contain a set of rules to follow. Welcome, dreamer. You've been put inside a nightmare. Follow these rules and you'll be fine. 1. Don't look at the amalgamations. Refer to Rule 8 if you do. 2. If you hear a bell, plug your ears. 3. If you see a different blanket when you wake up, you're doomed. Hide under it when you hear footsteps. Refer to Rule 8A if you don't hear footsteps. 3A. If you hear the door banging, stop hiding. You're safe for now. 4. By any means necessary, do not look in the mirror. You will be caught by an amalgamation. 5. Grab some Lego and spread them across the doorway. That's like a bear trap for the amalgamations. 6. If you hear banging on the window, open the blinds. Look away before opening it. 7. Check the download from time to time. That is how long you have to survive for. 8. So, you've been caught by an amalgamation. In about 5 seconds, you will die. 8A. You're gonna hear banging on the wall. Hide. Story 6. End times upon us. A place to share scary stories which contain a set of rules to follow. The breeze feels cool to the touch as I stare at the sea in dazzling sunset. The warm colors of the sky invite me to appreciate the serenity in this world. As I sip the spirits of my wine, I breathe in heavily, enticed by its delightful aroma. As the sky turns dark, I retire from my balcony to my spectacled mansion to which perilous waters lay below. Confident that the structure will not falter in my lifetime, I decide to watch my favorite program on TV. As I watch my program, the lights suddenly turn off. I notice that the power was cut. Luckily, my backup generators are within reach, set to activate the moment power supply is interrupted. As they power up, I hurry back to watch my program, worrying about missing an episode. As power is restored, I notice that my program has been interrupted. Emergency news. Catastrophes plague the world as the believed coming of the horsemen of the apocalypse had seemingly triggered what many believe to be the end of the world. Electrical grids have been destroyed the world over, leaving people in a panicked state, desperately foraging for their next meal which had become uncertain for them. Wars are brewing left and right, and the underlying foundations of society are on the brink of collapse. Governments scramble to restore order within their nations, but what power do they hold to retain their legitimacy? Millions of people lie dead, a feast for the vultures as their loved ones abandoned them to their fate. Disease ravage those who remain. At this point, we can no longer do anything about the rapidly escalating situation on our own, so we will part with the following guidelines. By the time this broadcast is over, our lives will likely be forfeit. We will broadcast this message for as many times as we can, as our final act of service to our country. God help us all. Locate a source of drinkable water. Ration your food for the coming days. It might take a while for you to find and eat your next prize cough meal. Don't eat the flesh of deceased creatures with signs of disease. This should go without saying, but desperation can cast doubts on the rational mind. Carry a weapon with you at all times. Stay silent, cough as much as you can. This will help you avoid unnecessary conflicts. Remember your cough humanity. We are humans endowed with cough intellect, not just savage brutes who would concern themselves with their cough hedonistic pleasures. Apologies for the coughing, the air in here has dried up. 7. If in a group, foster cough your relationships restrained cough with others. This will cough greatly improve your chances of survival. 8. If you ever feel like coveting cough other people's things, it's likely that you are within the jurisdiction of whom we believe to be horsemen of conquest. You cannot see it, but it can see you. Eyewitnesses describe victims slowly losing their balance with their hands held to the sides of their head, all the while writhing in utter despair, unable to utter a cough sound. Again, my apologies for coughing. After collapsing, the pain in their expression is gone, replaced with an expression of a sinister smile, an uncanny smile that disownates those who see them. 9. If you ever see a freshly dead body without any signs of external or internal damage, get away from the location as soon as possible. It's possible that the horseman of death has come for someone near you, if it isn't you. Cough 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 vomit. Loud thuds can be heard as footsteps draw closer to the broadcast room. People who still had a lifetime ahead of them lie down on the floor as equally as the geriatric next door. The neigh of a horse reverberates through the studio. 10. If you suddenly feel hungry or thirsty, watch out for the horseman of Fami. Cough cough cough. Oh Christ in heaven! No, cough not here, cough not like cough thi. As the program stops broadcasting, I notice my throat has gotten dry, although I don't think I'll be coughing because of that alone. I gaze back to see two harrowing figures, those sons of bitches I've known since birth. That's all for today. Please don't forget to like and subscribe.